What's up guys, Dylan here from Veteran Aquatics, and today I kind of wanted to give you an update on the Fishroom. It's not completely done, so we're not going to do the tour just yet, but there are some things I wanted to talk to you guys about and some things that I wanted to show you. But before we go ahead and get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You guys have been killing it lately, we're doing really good, and I have a lot of really cool ideas coming up in the future. So as always guys, I will see you in a minute. So behind me you guys see a bunch of different Peacock Cichlids. There's Dragon Bloods in there, there are Sunshines, OBs, and a couple of others, Swallowtails, stuff like that. This is the only African Peacock Cichlid tank I have, and I have to specify that because I actually have quite a few different Africans. But today's not the Fishroom tour, today is just an update. So let me go ahead and show you guys kind of what the Fishroom is looking like right now, and talk a little bit more about what I want to do with it in the future. So to start off, we have the 340 breeders. This was set up in a hurry, and I mean you can tell because it doesn't match the other stands. This is actually a part of my old 55-gallon stand. But the fish that are in this tank I've been searching for literally ever, and I finally got them. Over here we have the triple 55 stand, which is pushing the utmost limits to height. Over here we have my 90-gallon tall Angelfish / Pleco / Corridora tank. Down here we have 3 10-gallons, all of which have inhabitants. We have my top 125, which I actually just had to tear this thing apart to get a female jag out of here, and I traded her for something. Maybe I'll show you guys that later in the video, show you what I traded her for. And then we have mommy jag down here. You can see all the fry swimming around. Man, there's just a butt ton of fry. Like, these guys go through so much frozen brine shrimp, but it's super exciting because I love jags, and they were they were the first cichlid that I kept in the hobby. So they will always have a special place in my heart. So getting able to spawn these guys up was definitely a good time. And I'm really excited to raise these fry up and really grow them out and get them going. There's my Mayan and my Oscar. Then over here we just have all of the 20 gallons. I do have 2 more 20 gallons over there. I actually have to go pick one of them up from Scott's house, and I have to reseal another one. Those ones don't have filters in them currently. There's Fluffy. Fluffy's doing good. He's gonna get himself a bigger tank soon. I'm actually going to pick up 4 more 55 gallons this weekend, so Fluffy will get one of those. So I moved some fish around. Things are in different places now. They're where they're supposed to be for me to get them to breed. I do want to show you these guys. So these are red rock shellers. These are a Cares African. So the male right there, you can see he's super pretty, and if he would actually go under the light. So these guys were skittish forever. And then recently, they started, you can just see how pretty he is. Absolutely stunning African. So I have a male and 2 females in here. I may go pick more of them up, because I definitely want to breed them. And that male's kind of spending a lot of time on that female, those 2 females, so I want to break that up a little bit. The 40-gallon above there, man, I got some cool stuff to show you guys. But so that's kind of how the Fishroom is looking at the moment. I still have the bow front downstairs. That's where my new fish is. So let's talk about what I'm gonna do. So you can see where this stand is positioned. So what's gonna end up happening is double stacked 55s back to back all the way down. So they'll be starting about here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be somewhere 12 to 16 of them. It depends really how long I want to go. I definitely want to make sure I still have room in front of the 125s to view and record and all that stuff. So that's what's going to go there. And then I'm going to do another center rack right over here. I was thinking about doing 2 125s on the bottom and then double stack 40 breeders. I feel like that would be a good thing. Give me some more room for some of these big fish, like with the red devils that I have in here. Because I have 4 red devils, and these guys are going to be real cool looking when they get bigger. So I'm excited about those. There's a little Jack Dempsey. I actually picked up some new angelfish. They are these guys, these little kois. So they're not too terribly small. He's just staring right at the camera. They think it's food time. There's another one. So I was able to pick up 4 koi angels, which is great. I already have a couple. So once I get this 55-gallon rack going, guys, that's what's going to go in a lot of these, are pairs and groups of angelfish. Because I really want to start breeding a lot of these fish. Now the rainbow tiger endlers I have a ton of fry of those, so that's exciting because as far as endlers go, they're really beautiful. So I actually got those from Paps Fish. I did a Fishroom tour for them about a month and a half ago. So if you want to check that out, make sure you go find it. I will put a link to that video down in the description below. It was a really good time. Paps has a lot of awesome fish, and I've kept in contact with them in the past, and we've traded for things since then. So that's it as far as kind of the fish room goes. I am still working. I have about half of the air system set up. I just have to finish the loop and install the pump, but I have started working again, so it's been kind of tough. I have to get up really early, at least as far as I'm concerned. I went from being able to pretty much sleep as late as I wanted to getting up at 6 something in the morning. So I'm pretty tired after working. Last week was my first full week. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is food. So, I mean, the Africans behind me are absolutely gorgeous. That red rock shellers over there, absolutely gorgeous. And so are my other fish. And it's because I feed them a variety of different foods. And I think that's the most important thing that you can do for your fish, apart from water changes, is feed a variety. Because if you ate nothing but salad your entire life, you're gonna be miserable. Your fish will be too. So I just want to show you guys real quick some of the stuff that I feed. So for the plecos, Hikari algae wafers, I also feed them seedless grapes, cucumber. Sometimes I'll chuck a carrot in there, baby carrots, bug bites. So Fluffy loves these things. Fluffy absolutely loves bug bites, as do most of the bigger fish. Bug bites are pretty high in protein, so depending on the fish, they can be good for them. Things like Mabuna are vegetarian, and that's the thing you have to watch out for, is what can your fish eat, not just what will they eat. Because if you feed too high a protein food to a fish that's a herbivore, they're not going to be able to process it, and they're just going to get really bloated, and it can kill them pretty quickly. So be aware of that. We have some Cobalt Cichlid Flake. My angelfish love this stuff. And this is actually what I was feeding them the first time they spawned. I don't think I've ever actually fed this yet, but Tetra Smart has probiotics in it. It's supposed to be good for the fish. I actually got this for free at a meeting. Haven't fed it to anything. You got your old school Tetra Min Flakes. Sometimes I'll feed this, but I'll show you guys the flake food that I actually feed. So this is Northfin Krill Flake. I got a big tub of it. I won it as a door prize, actually at my first Cichlid Club of York auction. But this stuff is great. Krill is awesome for your fish. I'll just show you like the size of some of these flakes. Like, they're enormous. You just get them, break them up. Fish go nuts for them. Things like krill, so this is interesting, since krill and shrimp have a lot of red to them. If you want to bring out the reds in your fish, things like krill and shrimp are very good for that. So the food that you feed your fish can and will influence what they look like. Freeze-dried brine shrimp, so I'll use these for larger fry. I won't use it for babies because I want them to have as fresh as possible. Then I generally do frozen. I don't actually hatch any live fry food. It's a lot of work unless you're doing something like micro worms, which isn't too bad. You can kind of keep the culture going and feed it as you need. We have freeze-dried bloodworms. The fish like this. I also have frozen bloodworms, which I generally prefer to feed over the freeze-dried stuff. But if I have the choice between feeding nothing but flake or flake and freeze-dried stuff, I'll always take the freeze-dried stuff too. It's, like I said, it's good to break up the diet of your fish and just give them different things. Just watch with the freeze-dried stuff how much they eat. Because it is freeze-dried, and it's completely dry, when it absorbs water, it will increase in size and can cause some really noticeable bloat in your fish. Next we have omega-1 cichlid pellets. This stuff is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's kind of middle row as far as I'm concerned in terms of what it's good for the fish. So if you're trying to figure out what to feed your fish, Northfin is a great company. Ken's Fish Food is a great company. I like some of Hikari's stuff. Omega-1's not bad. So there's a huge variety of fish foods out there. So just make sure you try a couple of different ones, see which ones your fish like, and see which ones you like. And if you know how to get rid of crickets, please tell me, because these things are gonna drive me insane. I cannot get them to stop. Anyway, moving on. We have Bite Flakes for the smaller fish. All the fish like bug bites. It has actual pieces of bug in it sometimes. And we all know fish like bugs. Whenever I catch these crickets, they get chucked into the tank with the jags and destroyed. And something you can add to your food if you don't know it already is garlic guard. So you can soak your food in garlic guard. Garlic is amazing for your fish's health. It is an attractant, so if your fish is giving you a hard time eating, let's say you're trying to pellet train something, you can add garlic guard to it and the garlic will help attract the fish. Just be aware that your tank may smell funny afterwards just because of all the garlic. And last but not least, I have some Ken's. This is Ken's sinking pellet with spirulina, and I like to feed this to my Africans. They do need vegetation in their diet, as do a lot of the things I keep. So like I said, it's good to vary your food. I feed everything in this fish room, different stuff, all the time. There's no one or two foods. Some days I'll do all frozen for the fish room. Some days I'll do mostly pellets, different flakes. And the fish really like it, and it's really good to help balance out the fish's diet and their health. You're making sure you're hitting all the marks of the stuff that they need to eat to look their absolute best, and I've had great success in doing so. So yeah guys, that's kind of it for today. Just a little update on the fish room and checking some stuff out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you feed your fish and what you found to be their favorite food and your favorite food for them. That's it guys, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and as always, I will see you next time.